don't you tell me, Mary?
Okay. Another thing you did that got you in big trouble there was that you kept standing.
Which, I'm sorry, which part?
You told her, but you didn't tell me. You kept standing there. And
No.
so your whole body, you know, with all these different...
Yeah.
Don't.
Do you mean sit or just do something?
Either one. Sit on a box, sit on the bed, sit, go for a book. We do the most illogical things, but we don't just stand.
Okay, can I ask about
Yeah.
that? Sometimes I have difficulty knowing, like especially in a moment like this where something takes the character completely by surprise. Isn't it possible that sometimes as a character you are uncomfortable, you are sort of lost in space, you are sort of...
No, you're not lost in space. You are uncomfortable, and you do all sorts. It's like somebody, I say, what were you doing there? I was waiting. I said, well, what were you doing while you were waiting? You know, what are you doing when you're confused? Not, I'm doing nothing. I'm just acting confused. You see, if I say I'm waiting for a subway, or I'm waiting for somebody to meet me in a park, right? Now, nobody stands and waits for a subway. Right? Now, where's the subway coming from? What do you do while you're standing there? How do you make yourself comfortable in relationship to what you're wearing? Who do you see? When you plan what you're going to say to your agent, what do you do? When you take another look, you wait for the train, you count the cracks, you start rehearsing your audition, you do, but you don't stand and wait. And you don't, in trauma, in a big crisis, you may be confused, but what do you do in your state of confusion? That's what you have to find. Okay? That's very important.
Certainly don't expect us to live here together, do you? After tonight?
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want a divorce.
A divorce?
Now, one of your biggest problems with the scene is that it has no real physical life anywhere. There is standing, there is preconceived line readings, and emotion. There is no physical presence in this room. Let me show you something. I always say we never stand when we can sit. The standing here was continuously placeless. If I get up and I'm going to get you a drink, and I head for the bar, right? And I go here, now I'm going to get you a drink. Now you say something to me. I can stand here for 10 minutes because when we're through with this, I'm going to go to tomorrow. That's what I mean by destination. We are always between places. If you stand over here, it's possible you're confronting him here. Now your standing is dependent on whether you're going to go to bed, but you know, internally, instinctively, you know that that's where you're going to head. Or you're going to change your mind and sit down here and have it out with him here. But you never have destinations. That's when now you have to fight for relaxation. And your body is fighting to be relaxed.
Okay.
Okay? Now, when you both started, I knew you were both in trouble. Always connect your first beat with an activity, with a physical activity. Take a sock off and then start talking, and you'll be better off. Do you see what I mean? If I'm waiting for an entrance, if it's no more than an adjustment of my belt just before I come in, I'm more in action than when I'm standing and trying to sift all the homework and who am I and who was my grandmother and what am I doing here and what's it. And I say the 3 steps are, what did I just do? What am I doing now? What do I want? And go for it. Those are the 3 steps that will get you there. Not body exercises, not relaxation exercises, not workouts, not inner work. Can get you in glue. You don't know which foot to start with, you know? So if the body isn't there, nothing else. We talk, we feel, we think, but it comes out of our body. So all the thinking and talking and feeling, if the body isn't there, it's useless. Do you see?
Without a reason
to go one way or the other?
The exercises and why I devised them. Years ago, when I worked a lot and played a lot, there were obviously times in between when I had nothing to do. There were many technical problems that nobody seemed able to solve for me, which arose, like suddenly panicking with an awareness of the audience, of what do I do if I have to balance, suddenly I'm hot and in a hurry and it's dark, and how do I incorporate all these conditioning forces into my work? So I began working at home by myself. And the first thing I learned was how little we are trained to observe ourselves, our behavior. We can always tell somebody how we feel about something, but what we did when we felt a certain way, we're unable to describe. So I started to watch myself at home in a variety of circumstances, and then see if I could bring into being and recreate just 2 minutes of a simple task while I was at home, understanding everything that was the cause of my behavior. The very first exercise, it's called destination. What is my physical destination? When you are spaceless, when you don't know where you are, what surrounds you, where you came from, and where you are heading, your body will tense, you will get very self-conscious, and start to arrange yourselves. If you know where you're going, where you came from, what surrounds you, and how that influences your behavior, you get free. Then all the wonderful work, psychological work you do on character and on the movement of the scene can take place, otherwise it can't. Okay. Now, Judy, how did you feel?
I don't know. I don't know, really.
Yes, you do.
I do? Okay. I felt very sure of my destination. My room isn't very large, and I have a lot of shoes. So I knew where I was going.
The place was excellent. I felt that the music was wonderful, but you didn't go with it as much as you would if the awareness that it's on, you know. The moment there is no problem, or I'm just looking, you will find that you go with it. It's a wonderful thing to discover. You did towards the end, but I felt that could have been more influential. Otherwise, why have it on, you know? You used expletives. Now, I wanted to do, in the future when you work on, if you plan to work on these exercises at all, wherever you find that you snort, use an expletive, sigh, cuss, or talk, do it. These are not silent exercises. when you start to see where those things come from and how much we do talk to ourselves alone, you're a mile ahead when you get to monologues. Okay? It's very good. All right.